Hello, my name is Kush Gandhi, and today I'll be discussing a real life Canadian employment law case between Joe and BZ Nipigon Company, a 2023 decision by the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario. This case involved a clear violation of the Ontario Human Rights Code in an employment context. What did the employer do wrong? In this situation, the employer did several things wrong. Mr. Joe, a laborer, injured his back at work and immediately informed his employer. Instead of providing any support or accommodation for his injury, the employer terminated his employment. They also issued a false record of employment claiming he was dismissed for misconduct, which ultimately caused him to lose eligibility for employment insurance. The employer completely failed to follow proper procedures for injured worker and did not engage in any accommodation process. Second, what law did the employer violate? The employer violated the Ontario Human Rights Code, specifically Section 5, which protects employees from discrimination in employment based on disabilities, and Section 10(1), which defines disability and outlines to the duty to accommodate to the point of undue hardship. By refusing to accommodate Mr. Joe and then firing him, the employer discriminated against him based on his disability. Third, what should the employer have done? To comply with the law, the employer should have engaged in a meaningful accommodation process. This includes discussing modified duties or transitional work that matched Mr. Joe's medical limitation. Followed WSIB obligation, including keeping him on the file for modified work or return to work plan. Thirdly, accurately completed employment records instead of fabricating misconduct to avoid their legal obligation. Employers have both a duty to accommodate and a duty to act in good faith, neither of which were met in this case. Fourth, what legal remedies are available to the employer? Mr. Joe was entitled to several remedies. The Human Rights Tribunal awarded him $20,000 for injury to his dignity, feelings, and self-respect. He could also receive payback and potentially reinstatement depending on the facts. The tribunal can order policy changes within the company to prevent future violations. Through WSIB or EI appeals, he could also recover compensation for lost income. This case is a strong reminder for the employer's responsibilities under employment and human rights laws. Employers must accommodate disabilities and act fairly during termination. Failure to do so can result in legal, financial, and reputational consequences. Thank you for watching my video.